Northern Light Memory and Aging at Acadia Hospital hosted a conference at the University of Maine today. The focus was case-based learning. Healthcare providers gathered at the Wells Conference Center and welcomed Senator Susan Collins. She spoke about the work being done to assess symptoms of dementia, understand the difference between dementia and normal cognitive aging, as well as available treatments in the state for those living with Alzheimer's. The conference is a part of the Rural Dementia Training Care Project, and Collins worked to secure $1.3 million to continue outreach to rural healthcare providers.
It's impressive that so many people have come together from all over the state to learn from Acadia Hospital, and I'm delighted that a federal grant that I secured has funded this conference.
We need to make sure that people are aware of what this project brings to Maine. We're also having community outreach to rural and underrepresented populations for healthy brain aging.
Collins added her personal experience about witnessing close family members go through the disease. She tells WABI she hopes this work will deter the stigma around the disease, as well as further research and education to one day find a cure.